say a quick good morning. We are at the train station. We're on our way into the city to do our Nitty City Drunk Show, and I'm in the parking lot. Look at this super creepy building behind me. So I'm gonna go figure out what train ticket I need. Apparently it's been that long since I did a morning commute. Alright, we got some weird things. The sun is directly behind us. Yeah, we just got back. Oh, we're gonna do this side. Indian Tangle Day. It's October 20th. It's Rhinebeck weekend. I still haven't had my coffee, as you can see. This looks good. This looks really nice. I did the trunk show at Nitty City yesterday, and yeah, I vlogged a little bit. I saw Joanna, and it was amazing. Where's my camera? Is that it? Yep. Got coffee number 1 of the day. That's really hot stuff. But it is about 7:15. I've got another 40 minutes until I need to hit the road. Car is packed. We packed it last night thanks to Papa Gerg's and Jake. So yeah, we're just doing some finishing touches on prices and stuff. I'm working with Nicole from Hugh Loco, and I'm so excited to get to work with her a little bit and just seeing her yarn in person. It's just blowing me away right now. I just can't even. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make some food real quick and then double check the car and hit the road. We've got about a 2-hour drive ahead of us, so to download some podcasts as well. I had to stop looking at the screen and look at the camera. So yeah, it's Rhinebeck. I also did not mention I finished my Hope cardigan. Ta-da, ta-da, ba-bam. I haven't woven in the ends yet. There we go. Yeah, bud, do you want to say hi? Titan's still sleeping. Okay, come here. Oh yeah. Oh thank you. Oh thank you. Oh thank you. Thank you. Oh thank you. I think Iron is a little confused about what's up, so it's being needy. Yeah, but yeah, I finished my Hope cardigan. I blocked it last night. I love the way it fits. It's a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I'm not mad. It's super cozy and I love it. Oh, thank you. Okay, we gotta go. Made it! I'm in the parking lot of the Best Western. Got all of Nicole's yarn. She's a couple minutes out, and we're gonna start setting up our Indian Tangled. I'm really excited. It was a really nice drive. Not only slight traffic, in case you were wondering. And there's like this really awesome haunted looking house in the middle of a highway in New York. I want to live there. I want that to be my house. Got my cocoa dress on. Got my red bear boots going. I'm ready for Rhinebeck. I'm ready. I'm so ready. We made it to Rhinebeck.
Listen, yarning's not for everybody, and you know, it requires a certain amount of natural talent, which I have, and you know, that's the end of it. I mean, you know, I can make yarn do anything that I want yarn to do. You know, I can't actually, why? Other than knit, I can't. I don't know how to knit, but I can do that.
Good morning. It is the day after Rhinebeck. Hello and welcome to our Rhinebeck wrap-up. I didn't do the single day vlogs like I thought I was going to, but we're just gonna mash this into one video. I'm gonna try to not super get glasses glare on you. But we are home, as you can see. It is pre-Rhinebeck or post-Rhinebeck disaster. I have lost my voice a little bit. It's very nice and deep and sultry. I'm here home and it is lovely to be home, and this weekend was just so amazing. And it is Iron's birthday today. He turned 3 today. Right, Puppelup? So I just want to show you some of the stuff that I got at Rhinebeck. So it's a little bit of a haul video, a little bit of a recap. I just can't even put into words how amazing this past weekend was, working with Nicole from Hue Logo and meeting and working with the grocery girls. There's someone climbing a ladder out my window. Okay, so I tried to record a section for like a Rhinebeck haul yesterday, but Jake's alarm clock went off through the whole thing, and while I was editing it, it was driving me insane. Figured if it was driving me insane, it was probably driving you insane. So we're gonna re-record this. It is now Tuesday, December 24th. Yes. Yesterday was Iron's 3rd birthday, which I said in the intro. I think I'll leave the intro up. So let's get into some hauling. This was the most damage I've ever done at a Rhinebeck. Some of this were gifts. Some of them were payment for working. Some of them I bought. So instead of rambling off gifts versus this versus that, I'm just going to show you what is what. Not what is what. I'm just going to show you what I got. Yeah, I'm just going to leave them all jumbled up. I'm not really going to distinguish which one is which. But before we get into that, I'm going to show off an FO that you saw a little bit in the vlog. Hopefully I remembered with the clip in. And that is my Hope cardigan. This is by Amy Christoffers. It is in the Making number 3 Dots edition. And I knit this out of Lana Plantain in the marigold dyed bramboulet base, and I love it. The ends are still not woven in. I'm going to weave them in for tonight for knit group because I will be shamed. Oh, I love it so much. As you can tell, the mustard yellow is strong today. I might even put this on because it's kind of windy and chilly out, if you can hear. All the windows are open. It's also really muggy out, so. Do you want to show everyone? This is Iron's tennis ball. He found it under the couch. Okay, good job. Yeah, do you want to show them? You gotta look at the camera. You gotta look up. Don't touch it, just look at it. Let's start with like first thing. So a couple months ago, La Bien-Aimée put up through Indie Entangled their Rhinebeck colorway. So because my life's blood source is La Bien-Aimée yarns, I feel like I always need at least one skein in my stash just to like calm my heart a little bit. So I grabbed one immediately, no thoughts. And here it is. It is Autumn a Rhinebeck. In my head I can speak French, but if I start speaking it out loud, I feel like I sound really dumb. So I just panic. It is on their merino singles base, and I love it. I was going to try and find a couple other skeins to go with it for a shawl at Rhinebeck, but I think I just want this to just be beautiful and be in the skein for a little bit. Maybe at Vogue, I'll try and find something, and then I think at like each festival next year, I'll try and match something to this, and then I'll find a pattern for it. But it's just so beautiful. I just love like this section right here, but also this little bit. It's just so beautiful. I wish I got more, but I also wish it wasn't on a single so I could do a sweater out of it. I just love them so much. So that was the first thing that I got like 3 months ago. And that was Indie Entangled and Needles Up on Friday. After we set up the Hue Loco booth with Nicole and a lot of help from Melissa and Christy and Tracy and Jody, so it was very efficient. Nicole was using like my grid walls, my table and stuff, and I offered them up to her when I found out she was coming out to do Indie Entangled. I figured it would just be easier for someone who lives 2 hours away to bring all the big stuff than somebody who's flying in. So I offered that, and I know how to, it's my setup so I can break it up and break it down in under an hour by myself. So we powerhoused putting everything up, setting it all up, and getting like 800 skeins onto the grid walls and onto the tables in a matter of 2.5 hours. So I was very impressed with all of our hard work. It was amazing. And so after that, we treated ourselves to some Needles Up, and that was run by Andy from Andre Sue Knits and Chelsea and Sue from Legacy Fiber Arts. They had Fat Squirrel Speaks in the Fat Squirrel bags, and Amanda from Classy Squid, who I adore. Sukra was there, run by the Knitting League ladies. I want to say it's a Knitting League podcast. They had t-shirts and it was amazing. And so we hung out there for a little bit and caught up with everybody, and I picked up a skein of the Mayor on Cozy Toes. Look at these speckles. I'm just so happy with how this is. It's like super bright colors, but they're also really muted at the same time. They might just be a really happy pair of socks. I haven't decided yet. Kind of just wanted to let it sit for a little bit. And there's their label. I wanted to get a sock blank, but I already have one Andy sock blank, and they were just so cute. I don't think I could have knit one up. I feel like I would have had to just frame the whole thing. So yeah, that was my needles up. I did squish all of Amanda's fiber, not squish, but I pet all of it. I will see her again at New England Fiber Festival, and I still have a bunch of her fiber that I haven't spun up yet. So I try to limit myself on things I have a lot of. Like I have a couple sock blanks I need to knit up, and I have a lot of fiber I need to spin up, so I didn't get any more of those. But I did manage to get a single skein of sock yarn. Next time. After needles up, we did Indian Tangled, which I worked the Hue logo booth, as I've said like 15 times already, and it was amazing. It was so lovely to meet Nicole in person and work with her and kind of just hang out and talk to her and get to know her. And her friend Christy and the grocery girls, we all went out for burritos before Indian Tangled. And it was just so lovely to just sit down and just talk to them, and just not even about knitting. Like, I think half the car ride we were just talking about like where we grew up and stuff. It was amazing. I love meeting knitting friends in real life and becoming real life friends. Not just like, hey, I know you, but we're only on the interwebs. Oh, Indian Tangled. That was the most insane room I've ever seen in my life. My speaker's beeping. I am currently dyeing Dark Like My Soul for the Volca sock kits for New England Fiber Festival. So you can see all my steamy pots back there. Yeah, that was the most insane room I've ever been in my life. I managed to pop over to say hi to Kristen while she was setting up. And then that was really the only time I was able to leave the booth. It was just there were so many people there. I was not expecting that at all. We were just sort of like sandwiched against our tables and switching out like a phone rotation because we were checking people out so quickly. All our phones were just dying every 5 minutes. It was insane. We were next to a lovely, lovely booth. I'm gonna put the name down here. I forgot the name of her booth, but she was a sweetheart and she let us use the electrical outlet in her booth, and her yarn was gorgeous. She's from West Virginia, I wanna say, and I believe it's all naturally dyed yarn, and it was just absolutely stunning. I could not believe it. I think I'm gonna go to her for my next sweaters quantity. I don't remember what blends she had. I do believe she works with very local farms, but it was just stunning. I cannot thank her. And I believe it was her husband that was there. Enough. They were just so kind the whole week, like the whole night. So while we were Indian Tangled, Helen Stewart released her surprise party shawl pattern, and it was a collaboration between Hue Loco, Curious Handmade, and the Grocery Girls. So it was Grocery Girls inspired colorways. I can't even, and shut the front door. Hue Loco did all the colors and Helen did the shawl. So instead of getting the kit, my mom bought the I Can't Even kit, so I'm just gonna live through her and Kristen because they both got that kit and I really loved it, but then we sold out. But I made my own kit. So I grabbed 2 skeins of the tweed sock in rose hip. I'm going to pair it with, because it's 1.5 full skeins of the same colorway and then 5 minis. I grabbed a Riot color mini kit in Outlander. So this is going to be my surprise party shawl, and it is all the jewel tones, and I love them so much. I'm so excited. I don't want to cast on 2 Curious Handmade shawls at the same time because I still have the Vela wrap going, but I really want to cast this on immediately. I mean, when have I ever followed the rules? So I got that after Indian Tangled. I waited for the remnants to go picking. And I also grabbed before Indian Tangled, because I wanted this, a sweaters quantity of Stardust. This Nicole shipped the yarn to my house instead of trying to ship it to a UPS store and then trying to pick it up while also like coordinating everything else. So I just told her, I have to drive up with all my stuff anyway. You can ship it here. I'll drive it all up. It'll be fine. So she shipped it here. And as I was reorganizing everything out of the shipping boxes into bins to bring it over, I could not stop staring at these guys. So after we got everything ready, I'm like, okay, these are coming home with me. They're on her spun sock blank, not sock blanks, sock base which is her MCN. Ugh, I just love it so much. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be a Madewell or like a textured cardigan or pullover. I haven't decided. I just know they need to be something. Or I might take two and do a Mount Pleasant and then just have the sky for something. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm just so excited. I also picked up, it's mostly a Hue Loco haul, Woodsy on her spun sock because I just could not stop staring at this. Look at these little specks. If she had pink peppercorn there, I would have gotten a sweater's quantity of that, but she did not, so this filled my pink peppercorn hole in the heart. I love it. Is that it for Indian Tangled? No, I have one more. So this one definitely was a gift because Stacy from Stress Knits made it out to Rhinebeck and she was not selling anywhere. She was just visiting. But while I was working the Hue Loco booth, she snuck this bad boy under my arm, and I kind of wish we had a little bit more time to sit and chit chat. I only got to say hi to her in passing a couple times in a couple sentences, and we sat our tables were close to each other at the end of a Saturday, but now someone else is here. There was just so many people to talk to and things to do that I didn't really get a conversation longer in than like 4 minutes, except with Amber, because we were talking sock machines. That's very important. But she slid this, long story short, she gifted me this skein of beautiful, beautiful yarn, and I can't. It's called Killjoy, and it's on her favorite sock base, which is her 80-20 blend, and I'm just, oh, it's so squishy and soft, and I'm just loving these, like, I'm really loving these purple speckles right now. I'm moving out of the purple base into the purple speckles. So thank you so much. I was not expecting that at all, and it was the most pleasant surprise as I like had a dying phone and a money pouch under one arm and like holding 50 bags on my forearm and trying to check someone out while holding their yarn and also like juggling their credit card, and then this beautiful BB came in. So thank you so much. I don't know, it might be socks. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be socks or in a shawl. I mean, I don't really care if it looks good next to my face. I'll just do it anyway, but I haven't decided yet. They might be just really cheerful socks. Jake was also eyeballing the skein, so they might end up being Jake socks. So that was Friday. Saturday was amazing. This whole weekend was just absolutely amazing, and I still can't put it into words. I'm rewatching everybody's vlogs, and the like Rhinebeck blues are hitting hardcore, so we'll see what happens for the rest of the week, if I just like weep and then go straight into show prep or what. I miss Rhinebeck. Is it next year yet? Saturday was amazing. I don't know how much of the intro I've left in because I'm not done editing yet as I'm re-recording. I got to meet Nathan Taylor. I'm not gonna list everybody that I met because that would just be too many people. But I did say hi to him. He was like, I had a list of like 4 people I wanted to say hi to and be like, hey, you're an inspiration, and I'm gonna show you my gratitude. The only way I know how is by throwing yarn at you. So I threw yarn at him, and it was just so lovely to just, like, we didn't talk. It was just like, hey, I watch your podcast, you're an inspiration, and then take a picture and run, which is about it. So I got to see him, and then I definitely wanted to go, I knew Pom Pom wasn't gonna have the issue I wanted because it's like their second issue, but I wanted to go check out their booth because I've never owned a Pom Pom before. I've never actually touched one. I've only seen digital copies. So I went to the Pom Pom booth, and Lydia was there, and I mean, her and Megan and Sophie, just because like they created this whole thing, and they have the Pomcast, and they have Pom Pom Quarterly, and they have the Pom Pom London Publishing. I don't know if that's the actual name, but I just wanted to like let her know that she was a major inspiration. So I told her, and then I threw yarn at her, and then I ran away because I was like about to cry. I was just like, oh my god, this is real, what's happening? So everyone fangirls a little bit. That was probably my biggest fangirl moment of the weekend. Yeah. But I did get their newest pom-pom, and I don't know why no one told me about how like soft and amazing just the book is before, but if you've never held a pom-pom, just go hold one. It's amazing. I read it cover to cover Saturday night, and it was everything I dreamed of and more. I just love it so much. There are no words. I would have liked to pick up a copy of everything on their table, but I had to put a limit to something. So I picked up the newest one, and bouncing a little bit out of timeline here, I also, whilst reading it, decided I'm gonna buy a sweaters quantity for this bad boy. It is their Elbelind? No. And Lydia was wearing one in, I want to say gray. The plan was to go and get a sweaters quantity of natural fibers, like a Cormo or a Romney, because I've never knit a sweater out of either of those. And I was perusing, and then we went to Green Mountain Spinnery because I had to stop in, because you have to stop in Green Mountain Spinnery. I just love to smash face into their yarn occasionally. It just makes me feel better. And I stumbled across a skein, and my friend Lauren was just like, no, buy it, do it, just do it. So I did. And I picked up a sweaters quantity of this. It is their Sock Art Lana, which is a 2-ply, 100% fine wool, grown in the USA. And it is in their Ancho colorway. So I think that's pretty accurate. It's a little bit darker in real life. Yeah. But it is just so like lofty and soft, and I picked up 3 skeins of it, which should be enough for that sweater. I'm just so happy. I wasn't planning on buying a sweaters quantity until I bought Pom Pom, but I'm really happy I did. I don't know when I'm gonna knit this up. I have like 3 other sweater quantities in my stash, and I have Jake's sweater I have to work on. So I think I'm gonna use this as a reward for working on Jake's sweater. Yes, I'd like this done for my birthday. I think this would be a really nice birthday sweater. If I start it in February, I should be good. It's just so soft and beautiful. Was that the only? Oh no, I bought one other thing on Saturday, which is my friend Lauren and I decided to do matchy Rhinebeck socks. She got the idea from Melissa last year, and it's a really good idea. It's buy 1 skein of sock yarn and split it up, and then you get 2 minis. So each person gets a mini. And I lost the tag already. But I didn't do that. Whatever. Here's a little one. So the yarn is from Peace, Love, and Yarn. I don't know if it's gonna focus. And we got the Magpie Mini, which is their 75/25 Stellina, because we wanted a little bit of nylon. And this is Lotus. And then it's their Crestal base, which is 100% superwash merino, and we got Stay Off the Moors colorway. And it's just this beautiful soft green with speckles of pinks and blues. Oh, I'm so excited. I think we're gonna do the Central Park socks by Mina Phillip. And I'm gonna cast these on soon. I wanna cast off at least 1 or 2 pairs of socks, or at least 1 or 2 socks before I cast this on, because right now I think I have like 4 or 5 sock whips going around, so I'd like to at least get onto the second sock, if not finish the pair. And that right now is living with a little nugget that Carlene gave me of her hand-dyed yarn. I believe this was in her fade too. It's living in a Angry Jack's cat bag. Look, it's Jack's. I know it's supposed to be Grumpy Cat, but that's Jack's. Let's be real. With my Rib Magazine needle gauge. Woo! It's so little, I love it. This isn't actually gonna be how the bag's packaged up, but this will eventually be a notions pouch or something along those lines. Oh, what else happened? I don't remember. Oh, this was definitely a gift. A lovely woman named Yuki flew all the way from Japan by herself to go to Rhinebeck. Right? Come on, right? She was the cutest thing ever. She was adorable. And she brought a bunch of these magazines and gifted them to a lot of people. So I got a copy of, I think this is either the most popular or her favorite Japanese knitting magazine. And it is wonderful. It is beautiful. I don't read Japanese at all, but all of their patterns, oh, there's knitting machine stuff in here too. Nice. Oh, I think Adrian has a copy. All their patterns are charted, so I think I might try and knit something up small, like they have fingerless mitts and hats and stuff. I might try and knit those up just to see if I can do it. I mean, I have no idea what gauge or weight anything is, but where's the fun in reading directions anyway? So we'll see. There's a little sneak peek of everything that's in there. She also gave me needle, little tulip needle caps. Can't think of the word. So thank you so much, Yuki, for everything. She also brought me, not me specifically, but she gave me a bag of matcha Kit Kats, so we've been snacking on those all weekend. I'm trying to remember, I just have one last thing of like things I acquired. I definitely have a small list of stuff I want to get at New England Fiber Festival, but I think I'm just going to narrow it down to a bag from Matterroot because they were wiped clean when we got there Saturday afternoon. And I do really want one of their, like their big bags. They don't zipper or drawstring, they like fold over and then clip shut. And I really like them. And they do botanical prints, so I think I want to save up and get a Matterroot bag. But their drawstrings are also really well priced, so I might just get a drawstring. I haven't decided yet. Depends on like how well I want to treat myself. It is Treat Yourself 2017, so the plan is to use stash for 2018. So maybe I'll just get all the spending out now. But the last thing I got was this ball of self-striping yarn that Melissa from the Spicy Homemaker podcast dyed up. And she asked if I would knit up a little swatch and tell her what I thought. Iron's got the hiccups. And he's really mad I put all the blankets back on the shelf. I want to say it's called Autumn Party. I could be making that up. I don't remember. There's no tag. I listened, I swear, when you told me, Melissa. So I'm gonna try and get this on the needles sooner rather than later because I love it. This is also like the most solid ball of yarn I've ever felt. Like you can't, this could kill men. No, Iron's eyeballing it. It's just so solid. Yeah, it was just wonderful. Like, Saturday night we went to, I don't even like know where to like start for describing it. Friday was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Saturday was also amazing. And Saturday night we went over to Sue, Andy, Eric, Chelsea, Connie's, everybody's house for a little bit of a knit night. We got there really late because there was an accident, so it took us an hour and 40 minutes to get from Dutchess County Fairgrounds to like 3 miles away from the bridge to get into Kingston. So we just turned around and went back into Rhinebeck and found some dinner, which took forever because they were packed with Rhinebeck parties. So we got there a little late, but that's fine. We got to knit for a little bit. We got to hang out. It was amazing. And then Sunday morning was a nice relaxed. I went over to Nicole, Melissa, Chrissy, Grocery Girl's house, and we reorganized all the yarn left over from India Entangled. Connie and Amy and Debbie came over to do some extra yarn shopping. I sat down and knit with Melissa and Christy and had coffee and cider and just chit-chatted, and it was lovely. And then I headed over to back to the fairgrounds and picked up a couple things and just hung out. Got to hang out with Vicky from Sweet Leaves podcast and everybody. It was just lovely. Piper Nell came in for the Sunday after coming back from her trip. I got to see Amy and Helen from La Bien Aimée and Carrie's Handmade again. I saw them on Saturday too because I wanted to show Amy my Vortex shawl that I knit out of her yarn and just to say hello and be like, I don't know if you remember me. I was that weirdo that like blacked out in your yarn store and bought a lot of yarn, and my boyfriend had to introduce us because I was too nervous and shy to say hello and just stared at you for like 10 minutes. That's my life. So it was just nice to see them again and just see everybody and hang out. It's a very relaxed day. Lots of just sitting and knitting and eating. Lots of eating on Sunday. Saturday we just ate pretzels because the lines were so long. The pretzel booth is the only place to go. And Sunday, it's more relaxed, so I can wait in line and get my pumpkin crisp and get my lamb burger, and the falafel line was still too long for falafel. But next year is going to be the year for falafel and apple cider donuts. And that's Rhinebeck. I could go on forever about how amazing it was and how everybody I met was wonderful and how like there's so many things to say, but the only words that are coming out are this was the best weekend ever. It was absolutely amazing. I wish I was there again. I miss it. I'm still tired. My voice does not sound as manly, but it was just wonderful. Except we have to go back to reality. We have New England Fiber Festival in 2 weeks. So we are dying for that. We've got some of our yarn in. You can see the giant pile growing. The rest of it should be in tomorrow, hopefully. So we are going head first into dyeing, hardcore, and then prepping and labeling and scanning and all that good stuff. And yeah, we're still in the middle of show season, so we can't let Rhinebeck deter us. The trunk show at Nitty City has ended Sunday, so I should be getting all that yarn back this week, and I will be posting on Instagram and in the newsletter when I get it back, so I can do a shop update for that. And yeah, pay attention to the newsletter if you want to sign up for that. It is on the website, onceuponacorgi.com. Scroll to the bottom, sign up there for announcements. We've got a couple announcements coming up. I'm going to do a podcast at the end of this week, I think, about knitting projects and the like, you know, a real podcast, because I do have some shop announcements to do, so I'd like to get those out sooner rather than later because some changes are going to be happening and they're going to be happening quicker than I anticipated. So keep an eyeball out. I just don't want to do that here because this is Rhinebeck all the time. Now I have to repack all my stuff so I can bring it to knitting group tonight and show everybody. I also really want to take a nap. I'm so tired still. All right, I'm gonna go finish dyeing some yarn. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, even if you weren't at Rhinebeck. I hope you had a lovely fallish weekend, and I will see you guys soon.